As of June 21st of 2026, there are currently 44 volcanoes which are actively erupting around the planet, a total which is one less than were erupting last week. One of these volcanoes is Vanuatu's Yasur Volcano, which has been continuously erupting without pause since the mid-13th century. Located on the island of Tanna, this tends to produce multiple strombolian to volcanic explosions every hour with minor ash emissions, sometimes ejecting bombs of lava beyond its crater rim. For this reason, the current exclusion zone at the world's longest ongoing eruption is 600 meters beyond its permanent exclusion zone as shown here. And now, here are this week's major volcano-related news stories. In Hawaii, the 49th lava fountaining episode of Kilauea occurred, generating 690-foot-tall lava fountains and even repeatedly creating some strong volcanic whirlwinds. Meanwhile, in Chile, Nevados de Chillan erupted for its first time in 4 years, depositing fresh ash east of one of its craters. And in Indonesia, strong unrest is occurring at the infamous Krakatau Volcano, and there's a pretty even chance in my opinion whether it will erupt or not in the near future. Krakatau, since its major caldera-forming eruption in 1883, has been rebuilding its edifice via the growth of the Anak Krakatau event via primarily Vulcanian-type eruptions, which have looked like this. This island then lost much of its mass due to a 2018 landslide, but since then it still continued to grow, generally erupting at least once a year. However, as of today, Krakatau has not erupted in a little over 28 months, the longest it has gone without an eruption since 2017. After showing no eruptive activity for multiple years, something clearly changed at this volcano on June 11th. The rate of hybrid earthquakes began to rapidly increase, jumping from a daily average of less than one such event a day to more than 20 such events a day. While this escalation could have been caused by the movement of mere hydrothermal fluids, it could also signal the shallow rise of magma. As the week progressed, degassing at Krakatau's main crater increased, gas emissions increased, and increasingly strong thermal signatures appeared. These became so strong that cameras watching the volcano clearly showed a strong glow on infrared. Shallow magma, in my opinion, is likely present, although there is no guarantee that an eruption will soon follow. However, I would not be surprised if Krakatau during the next 2 weeks ended its more than 2-year-long eruptive drought, so please stay outside its current 2-kilometer exclusion zone beyond its active crater. Meanwhile, on Hawaii's Big Island, the Kilauea volcano produced a nearly 7.5-hour-long episode of sustained high lava fountaining, which reached up to heights of 210 meters or 690 feet. Across this time span on June 14th, a total of 5 million cubic meters of lava was added to Kilauea's caldera floor, reducing its depth by about 1 meter or 3.3 feet. As the 49th episode of its cyclical activity that began in late December 2024 happened, local weather and wind conditions caused something interesting to happen. Warm air rising from freshly erupted lava began rotating as new air flowed in to replace what had rose, causing circulation, and this generated a series of quote-unquote volcanic tornadoes. These were not true tornadoes, but rather whirlwinds much like a dust devil, but regardless, the local weather conditions were perfect and created multiple strong and long-lived examples of such between noon and 2:20 p.m. on June 14th. Wind speeds from these volcanic whirlwinds may have reached up to 65 miles per hour or 105 kilometers per hour, the same speed as an EF0 tornado by the way, and these whirlwinds may have reached 200 feet wide at one point. Kilauea's episode 50 of strong lava fountaining is now forecasted by the U.S. Geological Survey as most likely to begin between June 24, 2026 and June 27, 2026. And in Chile, the Nevados de Chillan volcano, located 150 kilometers east of Conception, erupted anew. This specifically involved 5-week ash emissions on June 15th, which rose less than 500 meters above this particular crater and then drifted to the east. While no additional activity has occurred since, the volcano's alert level was raised on the same day, and I would not be surprised if more small eruptions soon follow. As of today, Nevados de Chillan currently has a 1 kilometer exclusion zone in all directions surrounding the event which erupted. And now, here is a quick list of all the world's volcanoes which are currently erupting. Additionally, here are some volcanoes showing signs of unrest which are not erupting as of the recording of this video on June 20th of 2026. As a final note, I would like to thank my new patron Eric Johnson for supporting my work.